Hello. So today we are going to read another news for the day from the Times of India. Aggressive economic leverage. JD Vance says Trump applied secondary tariffs on India to force Russia to stop war. Harder for Russians. JD Vance, President JD Vance, JD US Vice President JD Vance has said that Donald Trump applied secondary tariffs on India to force Russia to stop the war with Ukraine, calling it aggressive economic leverage. Vance said that the measure would make it difficult for Russia to get richer by selling its crude oil. Vance indicated that US President Donald Trump has utilized strong economic measures, including secondary tariffs on India, as pressure tactics to halt Russia's military operations in Ukraine. The Trump government has consistently expressed disapproval of India's purchase of discounted Russian oil. However, it is notable that Washington has refrained from criticizing China despite it being the primary purchaser of Russian oil. Trump's pressure tactics on Russia. J.D. Vance explains. During an exclusive conversation with NBC News, Meet the Press, Vance expressed that these measures would diminish Russia's ability to profit from its petroleum exports, according to PTA report quoting NBC News. Despite certain complications arising after President Trump's recent discussion with Russian President Putin, we believe we have already seen some significant concessions from both sides just in the last few weeks, Vance said in the interview when questioned by moderator Kristen Welker about pressure on Russia is the absence of imposing new sanctions and how to facilitate dialogue between Zelensky and Russia to halt the bombardment. Vance provided his perspective. He explained that Trump implemented aggressive economic leverage, including secondary tariffs on India, to try to make it harder for Russians to get rich from their oil economy. Vance elaborated that message to Russia was clear: they could rejoin the global economy by stopping the war, but their isolation would persist if they continued their aggressive actions. How has India reacted to US secondary tariffs? India has consistently emphasized that its decisions regarding energy acquisition, including from Russia, are based on domestic requirements and market conditions. Following Trump's decision to increase tariffs on Indian products to 50%, including additional 25% duties on India's Russian crude oil purchase, the relationship between New Delhi and Washington has deteriorated. Washington claims that India's procurement of Russian crude oil to supporting Moscow's military campaign in Ukraine, an accusation that India firmly denies. Following Western nations' sanctions on Moscow and their rejection of Russian supplies due to its Ukraine invasion in February 2022, India began purchasing discounted Russian oil. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Saturday said, "It's funny to have people who work for pro-business America, pro-business American administration accusing other people of doing business. This statement was in response to American criticism regarding India's crude oil purchases. That's really curious. If you if you have a problem buying oil or refined products from India, don't buy it. Nobody forces you to buy it, but Europe buys, America buys. So you don't like it, don't buy it. Thank you.